If you look at page Activity 9, this is Chapter 6, Activity 9 on page 218. I'm just going to say a sentence instead. Okay, last time I said single words. I said past tense words, or I said base form words, and you had to figure out the past tense. This time I'll say a sentence, and so you can hear the word in the context of a whole sentence, in the stream of speech. Now, in your book, you have parentheses, and the first one is a present tense, and the second one is a past tense verb, right? So can you show me your fingers? Okay, let's do fingers again. Show me your fingers. Can I see your fingers? Put your pencils down. We don't need to poke yourself, all right? So just fingers. You're going to show me whether I'm saying the first word or the second word. So the first word is present tense, and the second word is past tense. Okay? All right, so I might say this sentence more than one time, and you need to listen, okay? So in fact, you don't need to look at the book at all. You can look at me and just try to hear, is this present or past, okay? That's all you have to ask yourself. Is it present, number one, or is it past, number two? That's it, right? You don't need to look at the book. I'll look at the book so I can see the sentences. But you can just listen to me and show me one finger if it's present and two fingers if it's past. Okay. We want to know about your business. Can I see your fingers? Show me your fingers. I can't see your fingers. Show your fingers up here. One or two, one or two. Did I say present or past? I said present. I said we want to know about your business. Okay, so don't look at your book. You know what? Because what happens if you look at your book, you're just practicing this thing. And I want you not to look at the words, but listen to me. Because you know what? People are going to speak to you without a book, right? They're going to speak you directly into your ears, and you have to listen to that. All right, show me one or two. I asked you about your company. I asked you about your company. They need to secure funding for their enterprise. They need to secure funding for their enterprise. Okay, no pencils now. No pencils. Put down your pencils. No pencils. Just listening and showing me what you hear. Present tense or past tense. What two choices do you have? What two choices do you have? Present tense and past tense. What are the two choices? Present tense and past tense. All right, that's all you have to show me. So listen to present tense and past tense and show me with your fingers. The teachers explained all of the words. The teachers explained all of the words. I surfed on the internet. I surfed on the internet. We laugh at the funny jokes. We laugh at the funny jokes. Take your nose out of the book. Take your nose out of the book. Look at me and just use your ears, all right? Don't look at the words. Just listen to the sound. Train your ears. We discussed the business plan. We discussed the business plan. I succeeded in securing a business loan. I succeeded in securing a business loan. They use an interesting example. They use an interesting example. They invested in a new company. They invested in a new company. We invest in a new company. We invest in a new company. I invest in a new company. I invest in a new company. You invested in a new company. You invested in a new company. We invest in a new company. We invest in a new company. They invested in a new company. They invested in a new company. You invest in a new company. You invest in a new company. Okay, some of you are having trouble hearing that. How many syllables are there in the word invest, present tense? 2. How many of their syllables are there in the past tense? Invested. 3. So some of you are missing a syllable, or you're adding something that's not there. You're having trouble perceiving the number of syllables. So now focus on the number of syllables when I'm saying the word invest and invested. It's easy when I say it one word at a time, right? Invest, invested. But how about when I say it in the normal spoken sentence, right? It's a little bit more difficult. Let's try that again. They invested in a new company. They invested in their new company. I invest in my education. I invest in my education. We invested in our education. We invested in our education. Oh, I think now that I told you what to listen for, you're doing a much better job, right? Great. Okay, that's good. So now you know what the trick is, what the strategy is for listening to the past tense of a word like invested with extra syllable. You have to find out. You have to feel the number of syllables that there are in the word. Okay, let's try another sentence. They need to secure funding for their new enterprise. They need to secure funding for their enterprise. I needed to secure funding for my enterprise. I needed to secure funding for my enterprise. You need to secure funding for your enterprise. You need to secure funding for your enterprise. Now see, you did much better this time, right? Needed. You're doing better at perceiving the number of syllables in need, present tense, needed, past tense. Good job. Okay, let's try some more. I surf on the internet. I surf on the internet. We surfed on the internet. We surfed on the internet. He surfed on the internet. He surfed on the internet. They surf on the internet. They surf on the internet. Okay, so this one's a little bit easier because it doesn't have the extra syllable part, but it might be harder because you don't hear the T or you do hear the T. And it's not a strong T like the word 10 and 2. It's not a strong T. It's a very soft one because it comes at the end of a word. When the word starts with a T sound, then we have a very strong puff of air, especially in a stressed syllable, like when we say 2, 10, right? But if it's at the end of a word like surf and surfed, the T is very soft. And so when we connect it to the next word, it's not as strong as if we say the word 10, right? Okay, we surfed on the internet. They surf on the internet. Good, you're doing very well on that one. The teachers explain all of the words. The teachers explain all of the words. I explained all of the words. I explained all of the words. You explain all of the words. You explain all of the words. She explained all of the words. She explained all of the words. So what's the difference? Explain null, explain null, explain doll, explain doll. You hear a D sound there? Okay, you're listening to that sound. Good job. Okay. We laugh at the funny jokes. We laugh at the funny jokes. He laughed at the funny jokes. He laughed at the funny jokes. They laughed at the funny jokes. They laughed at the funny jokes. You laugh at the funny jokes. You laugh at the funny jokes. Good job. Okay, that was very nice. I asked you about your company. No fingers? I asked you about your company. You better tell me. I asked you about your company. You asked me about my company. You asked me about your company. He asked you about their company. He asked you about their company. We ask you about your business. We ask you about your business. They asked me a question. They asked me a question. They asked you about your business. They asked you about your business. We ask you about your business. We ask you about your business. We want to know about your business. We want to know about your business. They wanted to know about your company. They wanted to know about your company. I wanted to ask you about your college. I wanted to ask you about your college. We want to know when you're going to graduate. We want to know when you're going to graduate. He used an interesting example. He used an interesting example. We use interesting examples. We use interesting examples. They used interesting examples. They used interesting examples. I developed a new project. I developed a new project. You developed a new idea. You developed a new idea. We develop a new product. We develop a new product. They developed a new machine. They developed a new machine. We developed our essays. We developed our essays. They developed new ideas. They developed new ideas. I encourage you to complete your college education. I encourage you to develop to finish your college education. He encouraged us to finish our college education. He encouraged us to finish our college education. They encourage her to finish her college education. They encourage her to finish her college education. We encourage you to finish your college education. We encourage you to finish your college education. I encourage you to complete your college education. I encourage you to finish your college education. We discuss the business plan. We discuss the business plan. They discussed the business plan. They discussed the business plan. We discussed a new idea. We discussed a new idea. They discuss a new idea. They discuss a new idea. We discussed a new product. We discussed a new product. Okay, good job.